Hello my dear students, in the last video I have discussed about the importance of reproduction, the DNA copying, introduction of variation and about the importances of variation, and I have discussed a brief account on evolution. In today's video I am going to discuss about the asexual mode of reproduction. Here I am going to discuss about asexual reproduction in unicellular as well as multicellular organisms. So let's get started with the main topic. So asexual mode of reproduction, the general characteristics is this, that in this mode of reproduction there is the involvement of single parent where no formation of gamete or no fusion of gamete take place. So we can say that here involvement of sex cells or gamete is not at all present. So in asexual reproduction, it is a uniparental method, only one parent is involved and there is no involvement of gamete. All the cell divisions are mitotic or we can say amitotic. It is a method of rapid multiplication where daughter organisms are genetically identical to the parent, and the asexual mode of reproduction is commonly found in unicellular organisms, some plants and lower animals like sponges and hydra. So here I am going to discuss about the asexual mode of reproduction in unicellular organisms. So in unicellular organisms, asexual mode of reproductions are generally fission and we can say budding. So these are the two main reproductions in unicellular organism that is mainly asexual method. So asexual mode of reproduction, again fission is divided into two types, binary fission and multiple fission. So binary fission is generally seen in amoeba, paramecium, leishmania and bacteria, while multiple fission is very common in malarial parasite, that is plasmodium. So let's discuss about fission. Fission is a very simple method of asexual mode of reproduction where the parent body splits into two equal halves or more than two equal halves. So let's discuss about fission. Fission is a very simple method of asexual mode of reproduction where the parent body splits into two or more equal halves. So first let me discuss about the binary fission that takes place in amoeba. Binary fission, at first the nucleus of the amoeba that constricts and undergo division and splits into two, and finally the cytoplasm surrounding this nucleus, it also gets split into two equal halves. So thus two parent from the parent body two equal daughter cells or daughter amoebae are produced. So this is a very simple method of asexual mode of reproduction in amoeba. So the splitting of nucleus is called karyokinesis and the splitting of the cytoplasm is called cytokinesis. It's very important to remember that binary fission in amoeba takes place under favorable environmental condition for growth and development. So there is another type of binary fission called transverse binary fission, which is seen in paramecium. Here in paramecium the binary fission occurs along the transverse axis of the body of the paramecium. A fully grown paramecium divides into two daughter paramecium. Another very common binary fission is the longitudinal binary fission, which is seen in Leishmania. Leishmania is a parasitic protozoan which causes Kala-Azar disease. It has a whip-like flagellum and its anterior end. So its body divided by longitudinal binary fission. First the two flagella, they are formed, then the nucleus and the body divide lengthwise. Next is multiple fission. So in multiple fission it occurs under unfavorable environmental condition. During the multiple fission the organism secretes a protective covering over the body called the cyst. Now the cyst around the cell is mainly formed to protect the organism in the unfavorable condition. Inside the cyst the nucleus divides several times to form a number of daughter nuclei. Each daughter nucleus gets surrounded with a lot of cytoplasm. Thus a large number of daughter individuals are formed on arrival of the favorable condition, the cyst ruptures and the single celled daughter individuals are set free outside. So each grows into a complete organism. Multiple fission occurs in Plasmodium, which is a malarial parasite. It produces at least 1000 daughter organisms in one time. So these daughter organisms are called merozoids, and they invade our RBC during malaria. Next mode of asexual reproduction in unicellular organism is budding. In budding, actually a new organism is grown through an outgrowth which is grown in the parent body. Like yeast is a very common example of budding, where yeast is a unicellular fungus. So this yeast during the process of budding appears a bud outside the cell wall, and the nucleus of the parent is divides into two. One of them moves into a bud. The bud ultimately separates from the parent body to form a new daughter yeast. Sometimes budding occurs so rapidly that the daughter cells start budding even before being separated from the parent cell. So we can see here chains of bud may be formed in each cell. Now let me discuss about the asexual mode of reproduction in multicellular organisms. Here we can see there are four mode of asexual mode of reproduction in multicellular organism, like budding, spore formation, fragmentation and regeneration. Let's get started with this four type of reproduction. So first is budding. So here we can see in Hydra is an aquatic organism which is multicellular but microscopic. So Hydra generally they show regenerative cells for budding. In Hydra, the bud arises from the body surface of the organism as an outgrowth. This bud enlarges and develops tentacles, and the fully formed bud separates out from the parent body and starts as independent life. Spore formation. In fungus like rhizopus or bread mold that we generally call, thread-like structure known as hyphae that develops on the bread, they bear aerial hyphae called the sporangiophore. The sporangiophores bear at their terminal end black blobs-like structure called sporangia. Now each sporangium contains numerous dark-colored spores. These spores are released in the air during the rupture of the sporangial wall. The spores are covered by thick wall that protects them until they come in contact with the moist surface. So they grow into a new rhizopus or bread mold after they get a proper substratum for growth. So like the sporangium in the rhizopus, we can also see many other fungus that also grow through spore formation, like mucor, penicillium, aspergillus, etc. Now the very important question is that what is a spore? A spore is a single-celled reproductive structure that detaches from the parent body and give rise directly or indirectly into a new individual. Now the non-motile spores that cannot swim are called apnanospores, and the flagellated motile spores are called zoospores. So the next is fragmentation. Fragmentation is the process of breaking up of the body of an organism into two or more fragments, and this each fragment again grows into a new individual. Fragmentation is a very common method of asexual mode of reproduction in multicellular organism with simple organization. For example, Spirogyra, it is a very common aquatic freshwater aquatic alga that breaks into small fragments or pieces on maturation, and these fragments grow into new individuals. Finally, the regeneration, it is the process of getting back the full organism from the cut parts of an organism's body. So simple organisms like Hydra, Planaria, they show the property of regeneration. When the body of the Hydra planaria is cut into a number of pieces, each piece of the body gives rise to a new organism. It was all about the asexual mode of reproduction in unicellular and multicellular organism. In the next upcoming video, I will discuss about the vegetative propagation, which is also a method of asexual mode of reproduction in plants, where I will discuss about the both natural and artificial vegetative propagation. For that you have to stay tuned with me, and if you have not yet subscribed my channel, then please do hurry and subscribe it today. And if you have liked the content of the video, then do press the like button without doing any type of delay. Thanks for watching. Take care.